until the final Amped Mobile Supercross event in Las Vegas, Ricky Carmichael is gaining momentum in the overall battle for the season-long championship and has established a 2-point lead over Chad Reed. RC's lead over James Stewart is 26 points. His time running out for Stewart. He was leading before this spectacular crash just last week in Daytona. This week it's Orlando as the road to Las Vegas gets a little shorter. Amped Mobile Supercross next on Speed. Mobile World Supercross GP and the Amped Mobile AMA Supercross Series are back in the Sunshine State. Tonight, the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida will provide a sandy track and thrilling competition for this enthusiastic Florida race fans as the three-way battle for the title heats up as the series hits the stretch run. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen alongside former Supercross Lights champion Denny Stevenson. This Supercross Tour is a long grind throughout the winter season, but it is coming to a close. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is Las Vegas. But Denny, 3 riders battling for that championship. How does it stack up as we hit this stretch run?
Well, let's be honest, the momentum is in Ricky Carmichael's camp for sure, and the last thing you want to do is give Ricky Carmichael the edge and momentum. James Stewart, he's battling back crashes. He's been the fast guy on the track, but he can't keep it on 2 wheels. Chad Reed, on the other hand, he's coming with another injury. He didn't ride the second practice, so he's still an unknown entity tonight in Orlando. Ricky Carmichael, he's the guy to beat in this championship chase.
Let's show you how the Amped Mobile AMA Supercross point standings stack up. And as you can see, Chad Reed only 2 points back. James Stewart, a rough night in Daytona. He slipped to 26 points back behind Ricky Carmichael in the fight for the championship. Now, there is one new rider to the mix, new for this year, but he's been around for a long time. A very fast rider in Kevin Windham. He could play a spoiler.
Kevin, it's great to have him back on the track. He's proven he can run with those top 3 guys, and like you said, if Stewart has any chances of catching up this pace or catching Ricky Carmichael, he needs to get Windham to beat Ricky, and Kevin can get it done.
Well, I know a lot of the fans out there are interested in knowing what's the latest on Honda factory rider Ernesto Fonseca. Well, I spoke to team manager Eric Kehoe earlier today, and he says that Ernesto Fonseca can now speak a little bit. It isn't a whisper. They've taken the ventilator out, and the first thing he wanted to know about was how did the racing go in Daytona. That's great news. And Ernesto, all of us here in the Supercross family hope that you are getting better quickly. Let's take a look at tonight's Road to the Main. There'll be 2 heat races, 8 laps each, 20 riders. Top 4 advance straight to the main. Everybody else goes to a semi. 2 of those, 6 laps, 16 riders. Top 5 advancing to the main. Everybody else to a last chance qualifier. Your final shot, 6 laps, 22 riders. The top 2 will join the 20 riders in the 20-lap main event here tonight. Now we've got a sandy racetrack here in Orlando, and earlier tonight, Michael Byrne and our Denny Stevenson took a look at it in our Kawasaki track map.
The story tonight in Orlando is the dirt. We got Team Green Kawasaki's Michael Byrne to take us around a lap here in Orlando.
All right, guys, here at Orlando this weekend, the dirt is a lot different. It's a lot sandier this weekend than what we've been racing on. And as you can see from the footage here, all the jump faces are a lot deeper, a lot more rutted out, and it's going to make it tough to be consistent for 20 laps. And also the track's going to break it down a lot. We're going to have to look for some new lines, some fresh lines to keep up our speed in the final. So. They have a few good sections here. They have a little on-off, and make a left. You've got some small whoops, and then you go into some bigger whoops, which is a little different this weekend. We haven't had some big whoops for a while. This corner here chews out a lot in practice. A few guys hit the top blocks there and went down. You have some more whoops here, and then as you can see the ruts right there, they're really tricky. And then triple, and then you have a left with a double. Then this is a split section right here. You have a triple. As you can see, Ricky went the inside and rolled double, and that's a lap right here.
Here's a look at our Dunlop starting list for heat number 1 here in Orlando. James Stewart is in this one, as is Chad Reed. How's the shoulder feeling for Chad Reed? Of course, injured coming into the race just a week ago in Daytona. Time for a Progressive Direct pre-race report. Here's Chris Devoda.
Hard to believe, but the last time James Stewart won a main event, you were still shopping for a Valentine's present for your sweetie. That was 5 races ago. but nothing sweet about the fall Stewart took last week in Daytona. It was a hard one, but on Saturday he was sore the next day. Then Sunday, he was back on the bike. His entire team tested at his house. That's him and Michael Byrne tested at Stewart's house less than an hour from this Orlando track.
And they rode 4 to 5 motos every day during the week, training, getting ready for here. So he's definitely ready to go. Chad Reed, on the other hand, took some time off, didn't do a whole lot of riding. And as I spoke to Alan Olson, his mechanic just to the left there, he said, well, he doesn't need to know how to ride. He's already got that figured out. It's just the rest to get his body healed back up from that shoulder incident.
Yeah, we saw, I mean, all we talked about last week was Chad Reed and the shoulder and how much he came back from that injury. But, I mean, a lot can be said of James Stewart. He was so far back when he got up, and he took a big shot to the stomach. He was about a half lap down from 20th place, and he charged all the way back up to 6th, threw down the fast lap time of the night in the process. I mean, 2 of the champions right here. These guys are animals, and they're getting it done. They're not giving up on this point chase. They're not handing this title to Ricky Carmichael.
Not at all, and RC knows that. When you talk to him about it, he says this thing is far from done. His first goal was just to get through Daytona with the points lead. He's done that, but he's got a long way to go. And you can see on the back of the pants, it says local boy. Stewart looking to do it in front of the hometown fans. Stewart gets the whole shot. He's first to turn 1, and Reed is right behind him.
Obviously, last weekend, Reed came in as the question mark with his shoulder. He rode a little bit of the first practice and didn't ride the second practice. He pretty much did the same thing this week. And last week, he had to go ride the semifinal. That had to be a big problem for him. He didn't want to have to ride extra laps. This weekend, his goal is going to be, obviously, to get through this heat race, go ice up that shoulder, and get ready for this main event. But I think the question mark still is, we saw another track last week in Daytona, this is a pretty intense track in Orlando, is if Reed can hammer out the laps good enough to hold on this points battle and get through to this break and still push Carmichael when it comes down to it.
Take a look at some of the other riders in the fight here. Seeing Nick Way on the 27 and Tyler Evans on the 43 sits in 3rd. There's Evans and Way right behind him. They're right behind Chad Reed, who's trying to catch James Stewart. And I think you're right, Denny. I don't think Chad Reed cares like how much James Stewart wins this heat. He knows the points come in the main event. Stay with us. We'll be back. Stewart leads here in Orlando, but there's been an amazing turn of events in the fight for second place. And the man who sits second in the championship, Chad Reed, is out of the heat. Here's what happened to him just moments ago. He was all set with a second place transfer spot, and then he got caught in a battle with Nick Way on the 27 and Tyler Evans. He gets around Way and then stuffed by Evans, and down he went.
Evans just dropped a hammer on Chad Reed. Chad went down out of transfer spot, and now he is trying to get that shift lever bent back, and so he can possibly regain this race and get transferred over to that semifinal. But an incredible turn of events. Chad Reed, we said he's kind of an unknown entity. We don't know how well he's been feeling because we don't see him in practice. He won't give us an honest answer. And right now, Chad Reed is going to the semifinal.
Nothing wrong on this night so far for James Stewart. Look at him ride that rear wheel all the way through the whoops.
That's we saw him do it last week in Daytona, a little a la Travis Pastrana style, wheeling through the whoops. Confidence. He knows he feels good. He almost won this race last year if it wasn't for a mistake in the whoops. This weekend, feeling confident, looking to put this thing on top and get himself a win in front of his hometown crowd.
Halfway through heat number 1. Things are going so well for James Stewart here so far tonight, but it hasn't been the heat races that have really been his problem. It's been the main events.
No, he's been unstoppable in these heat races, but the 20-lap main event is where he just needs to kind of mellow out a little bit. I mean, he had a decent-sized lead last week when he went down, but when you ask him, he goes, you know what, I don't feel I did anything wrong there. It just was a weird thing. I would have done the same thing 20 times over. I just don't know what happened, but this weekend, hopefully he figures it out, stays on 2 wheels, and we see a 20-lap battle between him and Ricky Carmichael.
And maybe, or maybe not, Chad Reed.
Yeah, I don't know. Chad Reed's got a lot of things to go back, working his shoulder. It's basically a replay of last weekend. We didn't think Chad Reed was even going to ride Daytona. He Ironmans it out and takes a second. But right now in Orlando, yet again, Chad Reed is having big problems with that shoulder and going to have to go to the semifinal in 6 extra laps, which you don't want to do when you got a wounded wing like Chad does.
What did you think of the move by Tyler Evans as we are now on the white flag lap? Was that too aggressive or was that a fair move?
You know, I don't know. I like Tyler. I like his aggressive attitude. I like what he brings to the sport. But, you know, considering what's going on with Chad, I'd hate to be the guy to get blamed for something that maybe knocks Chad out of the title hunt. Then again, he's trying to prove himself in the sport. I don't know. It's a shame if Chad cannot make it to the main event because of something like that, but it's all racing.
Stewart is putting on a show for the fans. He is one of the best showmen in the business, working his way through the whoops.
You know, James is interesting right now. He laid down some really fast lap times in practice, one really fast lap time, and then he just kind of seemed to settle in. While Ricky threw down 3 consistent lap times, all within about a half second off of what James' fastest was, and now we're seeing him do it kind of in this heat race. He threw down a 53.4, and he's been playing through the rest of this race.
Well, nobody's challenged him, and why show all your cards? Checkered flag waits, and another great show for the fans as James Stewart takes a very, very easy win here in heat number 1. Nick Way is going to get second. Tyler Evans has dropped all the way to 6th, by the way, so he's going to have to go to a semi as well. The top 4 transfer out of the Supercross heats. Way, Ferry, and Clark should be the 4 that will go. And here's Tyler Evans, so he might end up in the same semi as Chad Reed. Something must have gone wrong with Evans' performance, because when he and Reed got together, he had then taken over 2nd place. Let's take it back to the whole shot as this one got underway.
You're going to see right there in the center of your screen, Tyler Evans jumps out to an early start, but James Stewart just throttles past him, carries momentum into the first turn, grabs that big hole shot. Chad Reed drops into 2nd, a place he thought was safe, and then he makes a mistake and he ends up having to go to the semifinal. But James Stewart grabs a big hole shot, and as we talked about already, you're going to see Tyler Evans drop the inside right there, just basically punch Chad Reed, takes his front end out, and Chad's on the ground, Ralph, and now we're going to have to see him in the semifinal.
And James Stewart puts the number 7 into slot number 1. Here are the top 4 riders going on straight to the main event. And Jason Thomas will be the first rider that will go to a semi out of this heat. Here's James Stewart with Krista.
Pulled his bike up on the podium, a big smile on James Stewart's face. I know it's fun for you because you're in front of your hometown crowd. Is the motivation stronger for a win because it's been so long, or because you're here in Orlando?
A little bit of both. You know, I'm having fun out there. You know, I was banging on the whoops over there and whipping around. You know, I feel good, you know, hanging out with my peeps, Polk County, so I'm just out here having a good time.
Hanging out with his peeps. You know, I think that's a no because Easter's on the way. You know, peeps, those marshmallow guys. That was bad. We'll throw it back upstairs.
It was bad, but consistent for you, Krista. You always find a way to work in the good ones. Check out the Dude for a Day Supercross-style sweepstakes. You can win a Kawasaki KX 450F, plus a trip to Las Vegas in the AMA Supercross finale. To enter, log on to speedtv.com with its weekly code word, plus get all the details and official rules presented by Kawasaki. Let the good times roll. Well, we talked about the AMA point standings. Now let's show you the World GP point standings, where Ricky Carmichael is the points leader as well, but only by 9 over James Stewart. Chad Reed has slipped to 11 there, and Ivan Tedesco and Michael Byrne round out the top 5. Now, earlier today, our Chris Devoda spoke with the World and AMA points leader, Ricky Carmichael.
Well, considering that Ricky Carmichael has won the last 3 races, it's easy to think that he's kind of running away with this thing, but stop the press. Remember, he only has a 2-point lead over Chad Reed. So Ricky, coming down the stretch, I guess who's kind of the bigger threat? I mean, Chad's been consistent. Bubba's kind of that lightning in a bottle. This is kind of yours to lose right now. Who do you keep an eye on?
You know, I keep an eye on both of them. Chad is obviously only 2 points, like you said, behind me. And, of course, James is still in the hunt. Mathematically, he can still win, and he's a great rider. He rides with a lot of speed. So, you know what, I have a hard enough time keeping up with myself. The only thing I can do now is just, you know, do my best. I can't predict what happens behind me, but I'm just glad to be back in the points lead and glad to be here in Orlando.
That was Chris Devoda with a Progressive Direct pre-race report, and now we're getting set for heat number 2. So let's show you our Dunlop start list. And in this one, we get to see the man that is on top of the point standings, Ricky Carmichael, and his strongest contender in here will be his own teammate, Ivan Tedesco. But we get the wild card, Kevin Windham.
Kevin's great. It's great to have Kevin back with no pressure. We saw him come back at the Nationals here a couple years ago when he was making his comeback back in the sport, and he hauled butt. He was fast. So I think Kevin's the best when he has no pressure. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kevin out front early in this heat race.
There is Ricky Carmichael right there. And when I call him a wild card, that's almost not fair. The only reason why I say that is because it's his first race of the year coming back off injury, so we don't know exactly where he's at yet. But certainly the speed and the resume backs up how strong of a rider Kevin Windham is. And Jeff Gibson on the number 48 Honda, the Schultz Racing Subway Coca-Cola machine, has our helmet cam for us. Here's a look down that 80-yard run to turn number 1. 20 riders, 8 laps, top 4 will advance onto the main. Those will be the riders in green going across the top of your screen. Remember, those in red still looking and hoping for a transfer spot. Everybody else going on to a main here, or a semi here tonight. And we're going to go on board with Jeff Gibson as we get ready for the start. And Denny, the one thing these guys can't fix are these big ruts out here.
Yeah, exactly, Ralph. And with this sand, the way the sand's packed, the ruts have been huge. And look at how crooked Gibson's rut is. He's gonna have to get a strong drive and burst out of that gate. And just like that, he got dropped, got pinched on between Kevin Windham and Ivan Tedesco, and this is the perfect view.
But he makes a pretty good turn, and he's about mid-pack right now. But boy, Windham got a great start, but not as good as the man who got the whole shot, Ricky Carmichael.
This is a great opportunity for Kevin to kind of just see where he's at. You know, he's a little bit off, I think, in practice on his lap times. He was about 6 or 7. But this is a chance to drop in behind the points leader, Ricky Carmichael, and just see what kind of speed he needs, and check out and see what the kind of lines and what Ricky's going to have to show for him to come to the main event.
Stewart's teammate, Michael Byrne, is on that Kawasaki number 26, holding down 3rd. Tedesco on the other Makita factory Suzuki rides in 4th.
And while we keep talking about the points lead out front, there's a good points battle going on for the 4th spot between Tedesco, Byrne, and Way. Only 9 points separate these 3 riders for a top 4 position. And if you can't win, you're going to do the best you can. So an obvious battle between Tedesco, Byrne, and Nicholas Way.
Byrne spent the whole week riding with his teammate, James Stewart, at Stewart's place over in Haines City, Florida.
And we're looking at right now Byrne and Tedesco battling out. These are the guys who run. They're kind of the next level of guys, obviously, between Stewart, Carmichael, and Reed. And we see Kevin Windham right now keeping a safe distance out in front of these 2 riders. So we're seeing right now that Kevin Windham is able to run the leader's pace if he can do it for 20 laps come the main event.
Krista with more. Now we're having trouble getting to Krista Boda. Meanwhile, Kevin Windham running solid in 2nd place, about a 2.5 seconds behind Carmichael. Jumping into this mix too is Travis Preston on the factory Honda, rider number 11. Let's try Krista one more time.
All right, guys, how about now? Now, I'm still down here, I promise. Yeah, Kevin Windham, even a 10-year veteran, sometimes gets nervous, hard to believe. He said he's excited to be back, but he just wanted to get this race under his belt. He said his arm hasn't been hurting here in Orlando. He said when he's been practicing at his home track, it has been hurting a little bit, but he said the dirt is a lot harder there. Kevin Windham also, he was up in the booth with us a few races back, and I said, you know, now that you've seen what life is like on the other side, aren't you glad you're able to be back on a motorcycle? He said, oh yeah. And I don't think that was a slam to you guys, Ralph, Denny.
Probably not at all. Kevin Windham having a good run, looking at a transfer spot. So are Tedesco and Byrne. Stay with us here for more on Speed. Continuing here in Orlando. Ricky Carmichael out in front. And Denny, we're seeing a very sandy surface here, but it's a new surface too for Orlando.
Yeah, they didn't completely redid the dirt. They've shipped out the old stuff, brought in some new stuff, and it's very sandy. It's kind of like building sandcastles. You add some water, you shape the jumps, and once this stuff starts to dry out a little bit, it starts to break down, and we're seeing the track break down a little bit tonight, but that's what's so great about Supercross and different venues. Orlando brings us a whole new flavor to it.
Battle for third here between Ivan Tedesco on the number 9 Suzuki, the factory rider, and Michael Byrne on the green Kawasaki number 26, also a factory rider, and they're trying to stay in front of Travis Preston on the number 11 Honda. He's one spot out of a transfer, and he's a factory rider as well.
Both these riders have had excellent seasons so far. They're having their own points battle for 4. They each have a podium under their belt so far this season, and they're the next guys behind the top 3, obviously. And they currently are, Burner backs up Bubba, James Stewart, Tedesco backs up RC, but in their own right, these guys are top 2 of the best riders in the world, and these guys are getting it done right now, and they want to prove to each other, come to this main event, that hey, just like Ricky wants to do to James, Ivan wants to show Burner that I'm the guy to beat coming to this main event.
And Ivan Tedesco has been fast all season long. Michael Byrne has been gaining speed week in and week out, and this fight here tonight is a perfect example of how Michael Byrne has stepped up his game this year, because he's closed the gap between him and Tedesco.
Yeah, I think Ivan came into this season with a lot of attitude, a lot of confidence, and Burner, I think, has kind of picked up, as you said, each week he's got a little bit more confidence, and he's feeling comfortable in that 450 Kawasaki as Ivan is in that 450 Suzuki, and I expect that come this main event, as we see a battle out front with Ricky perhaps and James, we're going to see a good battle between these 2 riders, Hot Sauce Ivan Tedesco and Michael Byrne.
We're on the last lap. Ricky Carmichael having an easy time of it, making his way to the checkered flag one more time through the whoops. About 100 yards worth. Cross back over to the other side of the stadium, and a big triple. Top 4, of course, advancing on to the main event. The rest going to the semis. Here comes Ricky. Checkered flag, and the Florida native is going on to tonight's main event. Look at the gap back to Kevin Windham. Windham crosses the line about 8.5 seconds back of Ricky Carmichael. Tedesco beats Byrne to the line. They're both going on to the main event, and let's show you how the whole shot happened when they dropped the gates.
You see these guys exploding on this first turn, a long start straightaway. Ricky Carmichael on the inside right there. He's going to drop inside, push Kevin Windham a little wide, and he's going to explode out with the whole shot. And the best place to start a heat race is out front. Ricky Carmichael on that number 4. Suzuki's getting it done in heat race number 1.
On to the win went Carmichael with Windham in tow. And these are those top 4 riders that are going on to tonight's main event. Remember, Travis Preston just missing the transfer spot as he was about 7 seconds behind Michael Byrne. Krista.
In talking to Ricky Carmichael earlier today, he said he can't let up, even though he's got the points lead, always got to be gunning for it. You make that look so easy. How do you keep motivated when you're that far ahead of the field?
You know what, I was just racing the stopwatch and doing the best I can. Got a good start, and looking forward to racing in front of this Orlando crowd. I like this place, and it's going to be a good main event. All
right, Ricky Carmichael looking good, as always.
Check out the Dude for a Day Supercross style sweepstakes. You can win a Kawasaki KX 450F, plus a trip to Las Vegas and the AMA Supercross finale. To enter, log on to speedtv.com with this weekly word, plus get all the details and official rules presented by Kawasaki with the good times roll. Earlier today, the pit party was raging here at the Citrus Bowl. Such a big part of a Supercross event. All sorts of great things for the family to see. Get to meet your biggest stars. Get some great autographs. Lots of good food. Get a close-up look at the track and the bikes. We'll have the semis and LCQ highlights for you next when Speed comes back to the Citrus Bowl.
Tuesday night on Speed. This week on Build or Bust.
SpeedTV.com and check out Speed on Demand. Lots of great video opportunities. Check it out. It's all on Speed on Demand. Log on to SpeedTV.com to get in. Let's show you the highlights of some of the other racing here tonight, beginning with semi number 1. Chad Reed had to go through the semi, went to the outside. Denny didn't work out.
Got pinched off a bit, and Chad Reed does not like to be in a semifinal, but he quickly got out front after this big mistake by Jacob Saylor. shoots off the track, just opens up the door for Chad Reed.
Second week in a row, Chad Reed has to go through a semi, but he's on to the main. Now, and he scored big points. Semi number 2, this one was Jeff Gibson on the 48, taking the win and the transfer, but there's a good battle behind him.
With Billy Linovitz taking that final transfer spot away from Keith Johnson.
And in the last chance qualifier, Jason Thomas and Eric Vallejo took the final 2 spots in the main. Here is your Dunlop starting list for the main event. All the big names have transferred through. The big question becomes, can Chad Reed gut out another one like he did at Daytona?
Chad's got his work cut out for him yet again here in Orlando. He's got one more added guy to deal with, Kevin Windham. Kevin laid down some fast speed in that heat race. So Chad's gonna have his work cut out for him yet again tonight in Orlando.
Check out the Dude for a Day Supercross style sweepstakes. You could win a Kawasaki KX 450F, plus a trip to Las Vegas and the AMA Supercross finale. To enter, log on to speedtv.com with this weekly code word, plus get all the details and official rules. Presented by Kawasaki, let the good times roll. The main event is coming up. The riders are making their way into the Citrus Bowl, and we're getting set for 20 laps here in Orlando. Orlando, Florida, Supercross main event getting ready to go. 20 riders are in the gate. Let's take you to our Dunlop start list and show you who the key players are. And the big 3 in the points chase are right in here: Ricky Carmichael, Chad Reed, and of course James Stewart. But what will happen with Kevin Windham thrown into the mix?
Kevin's going to add a little mix-up. I think Chad Reed's got his work cut out for him. He's got one more guy he's got to beat. Kevin Windham's proven he can run that pace. It's going to be an interesting start here in this main event.
Here's Krista with a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, Chad Reed won that semi, but contact with Tyler Evans in the heat race did major damage to his bike. It bent the front brake pedal, the rear brake pedal, the clutch lever, the front end, and the front fender. As mechanic Alan Olson even joked that it kind of bent their patience. Now, Tyler Evans also had some damage to his bike. The start button on the fork, kind of the metal grinding on the metal. Those two line up next to each other in the start gate. It could get interesting.
Denny, I'm sure you've been in a position like that. How do you deal with that as we look at Stewart and Carmichael gated up next to each other?
Well, like I always say, keep your enemy or your friends close, your enemies closer. Chad, Tyler together, Ricky and James are together. We saw these guys always drop elbows on each other right out of the gate. Now these guys are side by side. They have very deep ruts they've got to encounter coming out of the gate, and then after the gate, I expect again these guys are doing some rubbing going down the start straight.
What's the rule on that with the elbows? What's okay and what's too much?
I think if you can get away with it and you don't crash and the other guy messes up, that's enough of a rule for me, and there is no rules. Get it done, do what you got to do to get to the front.
Kevin Windham, the rider we've been talking about, who's added to this mix on the number 14, right next to Ivan Tedesco, and in between with Nick Way on his outside.
Key for Kevin Windham is going to be a good start. I think he would have a problem coming through the pack. If he can get out front, see the pace of Ricky and James, he can run that pace for a while, distance himself possibly from Tedesco and burn like he did in this heat race.
Here we go.
Watch the 4 and the 7.
What a shot out of the gate for James Stewart. He's got the whole shot and he's disappearing. He's got his teammate Michael Byrne in second.
I'm sorry, Ralph, to try and talk over you there. James Stewart just uncorks and goes triple, double through the rhythm section. We haven't seen anyone do that all night long. Stewart saves it for the main event, grabs a monster hole shot, and is taken off.
Ricky Carmichael trying to get second place away from Michael Byrne. Into the whoops. Carmichael completes the pass. And here comes Tedesco trying to get to the inside of Byrne. And remember, those two battling in the points chase as well.
Chad Reed's buried in about 7th place. Kevin Windham's right back behind him in 8th.
Tim Ferry's right in front of him and Nick Way in front of that. So Reed's got some work to do.
I think James Stewart, he's learned his lesson from last 5 weeks. He realizes, man, there he is right there. Triple, then doubles in the corner. He's been the fast guy on the track. He's realized it, but he's got to stay off the ground to get the job done. Tonight, James Stewart realizes that. He's going to take off. He's going to get this win. He's going to get back on top of the podium. Ricky Carmichael, on the other hand, he's going to run a steady second place right now, and he's more worried about the points. He can open up that lead on Chad Reed.
Let's go back and take a look at the progressive direct hole shot. And what a hole shot it was for James Stewart.
You see these guys right there on the right of your screens. James Stewart grabs a big monster hole shot. Michael Byrne, his teammates right in tow. Carmichael's going to drop the inside, but watch James Stewart right there. He's going to hit that face, seat bounces it, triples in, and like that, in a matter of one straightaway, he opens up about a 2-second lead.
You can see what that one move alone did for Stewart and how much gap he opened up between him and Carmichael. Here's Reed coming after Kevin Windham, fighting over fifth and sixth position. Sixth spot is where they're at.
Windham started this race behind Reed. Kevin's already made the pass on Chad Reed. And Reed is feeling this championship slip away just that much further right now as he does battle back in the 5th spot, or 7th spot, while his nemesis, Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart, are out front in 1st and 2nd. And in a matter of 2 seconds, Ralph, James Stewart opened up a 5-second lead in 2 laps.
And it's growing. Carmichael, though, is about 2 seconds in front of Tedesco. But he's running lap times 2 seconds slower than James Stewart right now. A huge gap.
Stewart just turned a 2.2-second lap faster than Carmichael. A 56.7 for Carmichael, a 54.5 for Stewart. And now Carmichael is doing that rhythm section as well. He picked up on what Stewart was doing, jumping over the 3rd big, which is the bigger jump, avoiding the ruts. And he's learned from Stewart, who is already gone. A 7.1 second in 3 laps.
But Denny, last year, Ricky Carmichael didn't score any wins, if I remember correctly, after Orlando to the end of the season. James Stewart did, because James returned to action here in Orlando. But Ricky still ends up taking the championship. Ricky's a very, very smart rider. He knows he doesn't necessarily have to win, even though he would like to win. Championship's the key.
No, Carmichael always says he doesn't drop into safe mode, but he always does what it takes to get the title. And right now we're seeing Carmichael riding a smart race as he settled in the 2nd. But this is the guy, this is the points battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. This is the battle on the track for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Tedesco, Byrne, and Nick Way. The next echelon of riders, obviously below James, Ricky, and Chad. And you see Byrne also doing what James was doing, triple, double. And the Cowie guys opened up the race with that. You know they were back in their truck, studying videotape, saying the fastest way is to try this section. Both the Cowie guys opened up the main event by doing just that.
Nick Way on the 27, holding down 5th position. He's had a great year this season, Nick Way. And there's Tim Ferry on the 15, right in front of Kevin Windham. Those two battling over 6th position.
Well, look at Windham just dancing through the whoop section. The edges of the cups are all coming out in the whoops. Kevin choosing to try some different lines. Right there, goes wide, tried to slingshot move on Ferry, but I was just saying the whoops are getting chewed up a little bit. We saw that Honda, that Sobe Samsung Honda of Kevin Windham doing some dancing through the whoops.
He's going to get the position on Ferry. And Reed is back behind them, dealing with Travis Preston. And Preston has actually gotten around Reed, and Reed has dropped all the way back to 9th position.
I'd like to give a mention to Tim Ferry. Timmy coming back from some big injuries. Looks like he's finally finding the speed that he's had in the past. And he's up front. He had a great race last weekend in Daytona. This is his hometown. It's actually his birthday this weekend for Tim Ferry as he runs in 7th right now.
There's Chad Reed. Talked to Jim Perry, team manager for the Yamaha factory organization, earlier today. And I said, you know, how is Chad? What's the status? And he said, you know, we would have thought things would have come unravel in the chase for the championship last week in Daytona. But after that tremendous Ironman performance by Chad, we're still in this thing, and things are getting better each and every day. But unfortunately tonight, things are coming a little bit unraveled.
Well, I think it goes back to Daytona's a demanding track, but it's more of a flowing track. It's got the more of the flowing corners. The jumps aren't quite as demanding as they are tonight in Orlando. And I think just a true Supercross track like we're seeing tonight is just a little bit more than Chad Reed's shoulder can handle.
And Denny, what about the fact that the whoop section here tonight is so long and so tough down the far side of the stadium? You know, Chad's been saying early on throughout the season he wanted a more technical section of whoops, and unfortunately, be careful what you ask for. He got it here tonight, and this is probably the one race where he didn't need to deal with that. Here it is right here.
Yeah, that's kind of ironic that the longest section of whoops we've seen all season long is in Orlando. Chad's shoulders bombed up. That's definitely not what he needed, because that is a very demanding section even without a bum wing like he has, and Chad's still putting in a very strong ride, but when you're trying to win a title away from Ricky Carmichael, you better be 100%.
He's got a comfortable lead for now. We're coming back for more after this. Came back from an injury and debuted here in Orlando, finished third. Tonight, he's got the big Kawasaki out front with a healthy 14.5-second lead over Ricky Carmichael, as we only have 7 laps remaining here in the Citrus Bowl.
This is a new James Stewart, of course. We've seen some big mistakes for him so far in 2006, but he has laid it down tonight in Orlando with huge lap times, very fast lap times. This big rhythm section right here, you see him seat bounce in. He wants to get back on top. He doesn't like losing. He's such a competitor. He was so upset with last weekend. He said, you know what, I don't think I did anything wrong. It was just something just happened. I just charged too fast in that section, and down I went. The championship's not quite over for James Stewart. He's 26 points down. He's going to make up 3 possible tonight, try and close that gap to 23, but Ricky Carmichael does what he has to do to win a title. I don't think he consciously backs it down and settles for second, but he knows what it takes to win. He's got 4 of them under his belt. He's trying to get a 5th one here in 2006. And the guy just keeps picking them up week by week.
The biggest key for Ricky Carmichael this season was St. Louis. He has been on the podium every single week. 6 wins, 2 seconds, and a 3rd since we've been racing here in the States, not counting the 2 rounds that are part of the World Tour that began up in Canada. But Denny, that 20th place in St. Louis is what has really been the one black eye on Ricky Carmichael's season. You take that out and give him another podium finish, this championship could be over right here tonight.
Well, only one rider's ever DNF'd in a Supercross season and won the title. And Ricky Carmichael did that on his Honda season debut. Came back after DNF in the opening round in Anaheim to win the title. This season again, he's getting it done by not just being consistent, by just being the fast guy and being up there and winning the most races. But now he's the guy in second. He knows the guy he needs to beat, Chad Reed, is buried back in 7th. He knows that Stewart's got a shot at it, but Stewart's got a shot at this title only if Ricky grenades. Ricky can do everything he can to stay on 2 wheels and stay smart.
When you change that around, James Stewart has finished off the podium on 3 occasions, an 8th at Anaheim 3, a 17th at St. Louis, and a 6th at Daytona. Change that around a little bit, and this title fight takes on a whole different picture, doesn't it?
There's been just a couple races where things have changed it up, but that's why we race 16 rounds. You got to be the guy, the most consistent guy, and the strongest guy. And Ricky Carmichael's proven to be that 4 times. Instead, looking for his 5th. Stewart just needs to keep it on 2 wheels more often, and he would have been right in this points hunt. Right now, he's racing for pride and get that momentum going as we head into Detroit next week. And if he can close out the season by winning every round, he's doing his job. He's just got to hope for a little bad luck on Carmichael's side.
And that is not out of the question. I mean, James Stewart has been unbelievably fast these last few weeks. Even though Carmichael comes in here with 3 straight wins, nobody has been quicker or faster than James Stewart in the early stages of the races.
And Carmichael's admitted it. He said, you know what, Stewart's been the fast guy on the track, but fast guy doesn't mean you don't need to be the fast guy to win. You got to be the guy that stays on 2 wheels, and Carmichael's done that. But what an impressive ride by that number 7 Kawasaki tonight. Making it happen here in his hometown, Florida. Carmichael got 1 last week at Daytona here in his hometown, and James is getting it done tonight in Orlando.
And next week, the tour moves on to Ford Field in Detroit. For so many years, racing in the Dome and the Pontiac Silverdome. Now they're going on to the new home of the Detroit Lions, the place that hosted the Super Bowl just a few weeks back. It'll be interesting to see as we break in this new facility. James Stewart trying to get the big Kawasaki a win here tonight. And there's Ricky Carmichael. Lap time's about a second slower on that last lap.
To give you an idea how fast Stewart's going, Ralph, his fast lap time, Stewart, is a 54.0. Carmichael's is a 55.4. Tedesco's is a 56.8, almost 3 seconds faster than the guy in third in one lap. Amazing.
And remember, he too took a big spill last week in Daytona. James Stewart got right back on the bike, was riding by Sunday, ran on 4 to 5 motos every day at his own test track in Haines City, Florida.
Stewart puts Kevin Windham a lap down. Kevin's currently in 9th.
Reed is up to 6th, by the way. So he's gaining points. He's going to lose some, but not enough. Now he's up to 5th.
Actually made a pass on Michael Byrne. Chad Reed's up to 5th. He's going to drop 7 points, or 6 points, or 4 points, I'm sorry, to Ricky Carmichael, who's going to play 2nd tonight.
White flag is out for James Stewart. We'll probably see some real good styling going on here. He's got Local Boy stitched onto the back of his pants. So I'm sure he's going to give the fans here in the Citrus Bowl a bit of a show as he wraps this one up here tonight.
RC's going to leave here with an 8-point lead on Reed and 23 on James. James might be winning the battle, but Ricky Carmichael's winning the war.
Through the whoops one final time. Coming up, he'll have another trip through a big triple, and then the finish line jump. Let's see what James Stewart shows off as the crowd gets on their feet. He's setting himself up. Nice big whip. And the crowd cheers loudly. Here he comes to the finish line jump. James Stewart is your winner here tonight. Nick Wade will take 3rd. Here comes Carmichael. He's going to finish in 2nd. Almost 12 and a half seconds back. Nick Wade, with a great run, should be able to hold on to take 3rd in front of Tedesco. And it looks like Chad Reed is going to finish in 5th. We'll be right back to the Citrus Bowl to talk to our winner. Results from the main event here tonight in the Citrus Bowl. James Stewart with a very impressive victory. Here's Krista.
He said he wanted to put on a show for the fans. Did he ever? In fact, before the race was done, you were kind of already playing with the crowd there a little bit. How big is this win, the fact that it happens in Orlando?
You know, a win's big, you know, especially, you know, since I've been on the East Coast, I haven't won, so, you know, that was a big burden off my shoulder, and just having a little bad luck, but, you know, I'm having fun, you know, being out here, you know, I'm 20 minutes from here, 20, 30 minutes from him, so it was good to get a win.
And the fans love to see it, and that's right, it's his first win since San Diego.
Let's take a look at the Amped Mobile AMA point standings now and see what this does. Chad Reed, as you said, Denny, slips to 8 back behind Carmichael. Stewart gains a little ground, not a lot, but a little. Let's head back downstairs. Here's Ricky Carmichael with Krista.
That's right, our 2nd place finisher tonight. And Ricky, you were lined up next to James in the starting gate. That start he had was incredible. Were you kind of like, oh man, I've got my work cut out for me tonight?
My starts was terrible in the main event. I had a great start in the final, or in the heat race. I didn't have nothing for him. Man, I tried, and he was pulling like 2 seconds a lap. So just frustrating when I was doing all I could do, and dude was just motoring out. So he deserved it. He was riding good all weekend long, and you know, just a shame. I like to capitalize a little more on the point situation, but that's the way it goes, and man, I got to get a little bit faster.
But he does stretch out that gap in the point battle.
Well, with a big performance like James Stewart, you can imagine he's going to be our Buku Big Air replay.
Laying it flat.
Yeah.
If you're going to win, do it like that, and James Stewart, always entertaining.
Well, what a good run by Nick Wade tonight. He comes home in 3rd. Here's Krista.
This is big indeed. You know, Nick Way, this is kind of justice because we really wanted you to do well, and you did, and you're back on the podium again.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I can't thank my team enough. You know, the MDK, Motorsport.com, MSR, Honda back team. Shoot, I couldn't ask for more. You know, I'm really pushing forward and trying to take those steps I need to get up here and get on the podium more often. You know, I couldn't do it without those guys and Unbound.
Exciting for a privateer on the podium for the second time this year.
Christy, here's a look at the world point standings. Carmichael continues to lead, but James Stewart chipped away at it a little bit. He's 6 back. Chad Reed is 3rd. Hurt shoulder and all, 17 markers down. Here's our Toyota moving forward schedule for you of Supercross action coming your way here on Speed. We'll have Supercross lights from Orlando and, of course, the Supercross series coming your way from Ford Field in Detroit. For Chris Devoda and Denny Stevenson, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Congratulations to James Stewart, and so long from Orlando.